what squashes fear is action.
Yes.
So thanks for reminding me what's important to me. I appreciate you. I'm still going to step forward because it is my journey. And the fear generally is because of a future state or a past occurrence that happened, but it's not what's happening right now. And so action lives in the now, which is then how do you go from your vision into aligned action is really to do an assessment. What do you need to know, do, or become in order to go from this is just a vision of mine to actually, actualizing it? And that requires a mini assessment of asking yourself, well, what's going really well that's helping me get towards it? This is my retrospective exercise. I do these monthly calls with people because I'm like, let's just step into aligned action. Yes. So we know you have a vision. Great. Or even a goal you're going towards. Great. Well, what's going really well is question number one, because we want to celebrate, which, overachievers don't do much of, but we want to celebrate the things that are going well. So we keep going and doing them. And then the second question is, what do we need to stop doing? Like, what's distracting us from doing it? I had the retrospective monthly call yesterday, and literally the stop doing from one of the members was procrastinating. She's like,
oh my God, procrastinating.
I was like, great, awesome. I love that as an answer because self-awareness, like you're giving yourself excuses or you're sitting in the fear more than the action. So what does the action need to be? So anyways, you ask yourself, what do you need to stop doing that's holding you back or distracting you from inching towards that vision, that goal, etc. And then the third question is, what do you need to start doing so that you could start actually thinking of, well, if let's say, for example, when I wrote my first book, I was like, I didn't know how to write. I didn't even know a construct of a book. I just had this like huge stretch goal. I mean, because I was told at a young age that I didn't know how to write well and I wasn't very articulate and all these things. So in my mind, I could have easily sat in that doubt, but I was like, no, I could write a book. There are people who are less smart than me who have books out there. Like, why couldn't I do it? Right. Like, so I had to change my mindset on that. But because I had no clue, the actions that I would take and to start doing was go get a writing coach. Like it was go talk to other people who have written books. Like it wasn't just about me getting the fastest way to the end goal. It was about what do I need to do next to help me inch towards it. And then the final step, the fourth step is just what's that one action you're going to take in the next week, 30 days, whatever time measure you want to put against it. I wouldn't go longer than 30 days because you wouldn't probably act in it if you give yourself that much time. I would challenge you to just say in the next 24 hours, what's the one action you could do just to like really want momentum towards things. But then that keeps you on track. And we do that exercise periodically. It's how I achieved 7 figures in my business. It's how I wrote my first book. It's how I wrote my second book. It's how I, align different business models because it allows me to also pivot when it's not going well. This assessment, doing it periodically, helps you just step into aligned action towards that vision. Because that's the other part too, Christina. I don't know if you've had this with your clients or in your network. People who have this vision initially, and then they're in it and they're miserable. And then they have this fear of letting it go.
Yes.
In that action too, with this assessment, doing it periodically, you actually can let go much faster before you get too far down a path that wasn't meant for you in the first place.
Absolutely.
It makes a difference there too. Yeah.